Hey everyone, Gold Pikmin here. Okay, so let me get one thing out of the way just right off the bat. This is not a reaction. I've already seen this. I watched it just on my own time when I was able to. But that's because I didn't expect the sheer amount of things that were in here. So I want to do my typical trailer analysis thing where I go through it slowly. I try and look at a bunch of things and just give my own thoughts. I'm especially gonna try and see just how much of this is stuff I've predicted before. Yeah, so let's roll the tape.
Welcome to the Rescue Corps.
Yep.
As its newest recruit, you'll
Hold on. Let me see if there's something to. Let me see if there. I don't know if there's much to see here. There's one of those bridges like the Pikmin 3 style ones where you build it piece by piece. Return of the peckish aristocrab, or I don't know, possibly some smaller variant, but I'm pretty sure it's just the aristocrab. It's the one from Pikmin 3. Everyone knows it. That's one. I said I wanted this thing back, because I wanted, some of the more challenging enemies. That's
mysterious planet.
Mamuda! I said this one. I said I wanted this one back. There we go. It seems they've changed it a bit. The original design, it looked like it was like this leathery creature that was supposed to look like stone. This, now it's all fuzzy looking, which, you know, I don't hate it. It's just, you know, it's sort of a retcon.
With all sorts of life.
These I think are those stupid minnow things from Pikmin 3. And, a fish I believe did not exist before. This thing. Okay. Why does that kind of look like my kitchen? So, first off, just want to say, when I was a lot younger, I'm talking like this was before Pikmin 3, I used to do what everyone else who liked Pikmin at the time did, and I like sketched my own ideas down. One of them was to be in a house, and well, look where we are. So, obviously the main front and center thing is this. Okay, so this kind of, put my hand on my phone so it turned on, whoopsie. This thing kind of looks like a blowhog. I don't know, to me it looks a lot like a blowhog. It's more like an elephant than a pig, but you know, Pikmin's gonna Pikmin. But this seems like it would be some sort of blowhog. I don't know what the trunk would do. Maybe it like thwomps your Pikmin with the trunk to like try and squish them, so it's like a crushing type.
There, you'll meet plant-like creatures called Pikmin.
Yes.
And the adorable rescue pup, Ochi.
Of course.
Good boy.
He is a good boy. He's the best boy.
You choose to accept it. Repair the damaged rescue.
Oh wait, hold on.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Isn't like every instance of that like a reference back to like a James Bond movie or something? I don't know. I don't watch action movies, especially spy movies. I've seen like one. And the one I did see was like a satire one.
Repair the damaged Rescue Corps spaceship and save any castaways you find. All right, let's explore together.
Okay.
Once plucked.
So I'm guessing where we are now. Okay, so the day gauge is like in the corner. Ochi also has a health bar. I'm assuming if that runs out, he can't help you anymore. So the day gauge is more like an actual, basically it's a gas meter, and I'm guessing the red bit is when it enters the red bit is when you get the whistle blown at you, is like gather up your Pikmin, and then when it hits the final white dot, that's when sunset happens, like the actual day ends. I'm looking around in this environment. Where we are now, I'm guessing, is the opening area. It's like a backyard.
Blow your whistle to gather them and have
okay, so we got
them follow you.
Yeah, we got our
Throw
plenty
your little
boys.
buds at things.
There's a fiery blowhog in the back. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. The elephant-looking thing, it looked a lot like a blowhog. I'm imagining the elephant thing is probably going to be like in the same family as the other blowhogs, or at the very least, it's going to say they're related to
And
it.
they'll start working for you.
Yeah, so we're just randomly. So we were wondering like what these crystal things were. We just collect them.
Ochi will also prove to be a great canine companion.
I love that. I hope this is something that happens in the game, just randomly if you're sitting still. Like if you're just sitting still, I hope that actually just happens, because that's really funny. There's like a clock. There's like a clock like nailed to that fence post back there. Wonder if that's a treasure. If you'll need like wings to get it.
He can carry items with Pikmin.
Oh no, they knocked it down.
Or smash obstacles in your way.
Something you also have to remember is, even though I've already seen this, I kind of have a bad memory when it comes to small details. So it looks like we're back in the kitchen place. There's something on that stool there. Smashing pottery. There's a bread box back there. Nope. This is what I was saying. I used to sketch ideas. I had an idea a long time ago. Again, like this is like pre-Pikmin 3 era I'm talking here. I had an idea of a kitchen with a stovetop that spewed fire and you needed reds to get across it. Looks like the exact thing.
And if you need a flotation device, well, there you go.
Yeah, Ochi can float along. Obviously, you know, it's like, everyone's main thing is like, doesn't this further invalidate blue Pikmin? I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. Personally, it doesn't seem like it's not like Ochi's giving your Pikmin air to breathe going underwater, so that's still kind of a problem, you know.
Ochi can even stand up to the wildest creatures.
You go,
Collect
buddy.
lots of treasures.
Game Boy.
Scattered
I used to have one, the first game console I ever owned.
around the planet to fix the spaceship's radar and open up
So
new
date
areas
me
to
using that
explore.
what you will. I'm probably... Well, even then it was old. So... Basically, I'm like 20. I'm like 20 years old. This... Hold on. No. Hold on. We'll get to what I was just freaking out about in a second. I want to look at this right here. So there's this big archway. I'm curious if you're actually going to be able to go up there at some point. There seems to be this thing in the water. It looks like a flooded toy car. I wonder if we'll grab it, if it's worthy enough. This right here, that looks like the armored cannon beetle. Another win for me, because I said I wanted it back. It looks like it's here. Christ, that thing is big. If the surrounding environment is like size accurate, that thing's like the size of my freaking hand. Jesus. For Pikmin standards, that's massive. But yeah, it looks like the armored cannon beetle is back, finally. It's like, everyone's like, you know, the armored cannon larva showed up in Pikmin 2. but the cannon beetle was nowhere. It happened again in 3, which like tipped a lot of people off. I said in a video I did about enemies, I wanted this thing back. Boom, here it is. Thank God, the ecosystem finally makes sense again.
Exploration isn't limited to the surface, though.
Well, hold on, we'll get to your caves in a second. I am curious. I'm curious if the cannon beetle will have like an adjusted weakness. Like, so the thing it has on its forehead, it would like suck in air through that blowhole. And it would use that air to shoot out a rock, and the way you killed it was you plugged it up, causing it to overheat, and it would open its back and you could attack it. Any like specific weaknesses, like if you specifically need rocks to plug up the blowhole this time rather than just using any Pikmin? I mean, it would probably make sense given rocks will be immune to its crushing boulders anyway.
Exploration isn't limited to the surface, though.
Yep.
Why not take the plunge underground? Here.
Just looks like a bunch of fire and red bulb orbs, a sight I'm very familiar with, given I've actually played Pikmin 2.
A completely different environment.
This looks more akin to one of the challenge mode levels in Pikmin 3. Probably where they got some inspiration from.
Unusual contraptions.
Unusual indeed. So it seems like they combined the Pikmin 2 like cave generation with like the style of Pikmin 3's like challenge mode levels, specifically the I don't know them all by hand, but like the one that looks exactly like this, the factories.
Native creatures.
This is something I wanted to point out when I first saw it. The hell did they do to this thing? Why is the yellow Wollywog like so big now? Also, are we gonna get the regular ones back? Please, I need... It's like the armored cannon beetle thing, alright? In the third game, when the yellow ones showed up but the regulars didn't, it's like, that's weird, because you have a variant but not the base form. Is there enemy size variation? Or did for this game specifically they just decide to do this? I don't get it.
And even more.
I am really gonna have to see their explanation for that one.
More treasures are around every corner.
It seems we've also delved back into the thing where treasures are kind of just regular objects.
You might unexpectedly find some castaways too.
With purposefully grayed and blurred out features, which suggests you might be able to customize them as well.
Hey, wait a minute.
So, this is the main thing I wanted to talk about. What the fuck is this? What is this? This ain't Pikmin anymore. This is Pikman.
Have you ever picked a man?
There was a theory going around. The first person I heard talk about it was, I think the name is Creative Sushi. There's a theory going around that Pikmin 4 actually follows the bad ending of Pikmin 1, which, if you don't know, Olimar basically just dies and is revived as a Pikmin. And, you know, I thought, you know, it would be interesting if they did this, but I wasn't expecting it going in. And then they show us that. Are you kidding me? Like, Creative Sushi and anyone else who thought of, like, the Pikmin 4 coming after the Pikmin 1 bad ending theory, props to you, because it looks like you frickin' nailed it. I don't know, I'm always gonna have the sneaking suspicion that they make this guy look like Olimar to purposefully throw us off. Maybe he got infected by a Bulbman. This is... hold on, let me...
This leafy individual just nabbed the castaway. You've got to stop him.
So, another thing I wanted to say is, so, this thing that looks like a bad ending Olimar, he also has a dog creature like Ochi, but on the tip of its tail, it has a Pikmin leaf. That's why I think whatever's going on here, whatever these two things are, they could be infected by Bulbmin parasites, or at least something very similar. Either way, what on earth? Because, like, I've also, like, thinking about that, I'm like, at some point halfway through the game, are we gonna get, like a scripted KO, and then we wake up and, like, we're infected like this, and, like, the whole thing is we figure out how to stop it, and then we fix these two? It's a bit crazy for Pikmin, but, like, the idea that Pikmin could be entering Zelda timeline territory with, like, forks between whether or not Olimar lived or died during Pikmin 1 and other stuff like that is just insane. Granted, one of the things I like about Pikmin as a franchise is that it tends to be a little bit darker than your average Nintendo franchise, but, like, the idea that they could be in some way canonizing Olimar's death is, that's something. And like, when I first saw this, I had, like, a full silent freak out, because, here's a fun fact about me, I have an emotion deficit, so I kind of had a silent freak out rather than, like, the typical person screaming my face off, but, like,
Individual just
what is this? Like,
have the castaway.
so Pikmin Olimar, like, it looks exactly like Olimar, so it's gotta in some way. Unless this is, like, the most clever, because, like, game designers aren't stupid, right? They know if you look, like, whoever designed this thing knows if you look at it, you're thinking Olimar. So this is either, like, an evolution of bad ending Olimar, like, as time went on, he, like, became more Pikmin. 2, it's Olimar and whoever this dog is, infected by Bulbmin parasites. Or 3, this is a completely separate thing that is just meant to look like Olimar on purpose to trick us.
You've got to stop him.
Also, this hole he's jumping into has an orange lid as opposed to a blue one.
It's time for a Dandori battle.
If you wish to retrieve your castaway, prove that your Dandori abilities are superior to mine.
Embrace the art of
So this seems to be an evolution of, like, Bingo Battle. It's Dandori Battle, but it appears
Dandori by strategically issuing commands.
It appears that the story mode itself is gonna feature the mini games, which is certainly an interesting take. I'm assuming
To your Pikmin and Ochi. Collect more objects than your opponent within the time limit to win.
So, it seems, from what this is implying, it seems that these, like, minigame modes are actually gonna play a part in the story this time, which is just, that's, like, I've never thought of that, is the thing. I never thought that would be possible, because, like, stuff like Bingo Battle, it's like, oh yeah, just have fun, bro. Throw Pikmin at each other and collect things. But, like, having it be part of the story, or at least that's what it seems to imply, that's, like, another level. I didn't think of that. I'm assuming, the enemy team here with Plant Face and Big Dog, they're controlled by an AI when you play in story mode. And that AI is, I'm willing to bet, either going to be stupidly incompetent, which is what this seems to imply, the score that's on the screen right now, or he's going to be the complete opposite and be, like, actually, like, you have to sweat to beat him. And I don't see it being anywhere in between. It would be interesting if he was controlled by an AI, because that seems like a really complicated AI to program.
Collect more objects than your opponent within the time limit to win, and save the castaway. By rescuing castaways, you'll be able to do more activities back at base camp, which is right.
Yeah, so it seems the people you rescue do become the characters you are seeing right now. There's another one in the back in a blue suit. Doesn't look like the right shape to be Louis. So it seems it's like the more castaways you rescue, the more stuff you can do at camp. So it seems the people we rescue are in fact the characters we are looking at. And the fact that their features are grayed out at first seems to suggest that you can customize them as well, like you can with your main playable character. I'm assuming the 4 we are looking at right now. I'm not counting the guy in the back in the blue suit. I'm looking at the red guys right now. I'm assuming these are all like the defaults they usually pick.
Spaceship. Train Ochi and teach him new skills. Or build new equipment and items to help make exploration more manageable.
So this is what you collect the crystals for. It's materials to do stuff. The last couple, Pikmin 2 and 3, you got stuff like this: rush boots, anti-electrifier, scorch guard. I see a thermal defense down there, which is probably for ice hazards. So we usually got these by beating dungeons, like beating the caves and killing bosses. The bosses would drop that. So if you can just buy them now, what do you get for beating caves? Is it just to get castaways? Because if so, that's, I don't know, might be boring after a while. Maybe some of them are, you get Pikmin. Like, you discover a new type in a cave, and then, like, you find its onion later. That's an idea I haven't talked about in a long time. But you can get, oh yeah, and, also I can see that, you get it for Captain's Suit, and there's a separate one for Ochi's collar. Ochi's is actually, Ochi's is double the price, so that seems to suggest that Ochi's gonna be in danger more than we are.
And items to help make exploration more manageable.
Rush boots. See, here's the thing. If you're gonna put the rush boots in, Leaf Pikmin better not become slugs in comparison, because that was an issue in Pikmin 2. Rush boots were a thing, they increased your walking speed, but all of a sudden, like anything that wasn't a flower or just white Pikmin in general, lagged behind so much. I hope that's fixed. Yanni.
For the first time in the Pikmin series, you can eventually set out for night expeditions. But there's a catch.
Yep.
Nightfall sends creatures into a frenzy, so
Night
stay alert.
exploration. This is another thing I wanted to talk about. Everyone knows of dwarf bulborbs, and everyone at this point should probably know that, like, they're actually relatives of the bread bug that is mimicking the appearance of a bulborb. This right here seems like we're finally being introduced to the actual young form of bulborbs, because it looks like a bulborb larva that has grown its legs. I'm curious how strong they're gonna be in comparison.
Thankfully, you'll come across the new glow Pikmin, which only appear at night.
So, I wanted to talk about this for a couple of reasons. One, I said when designing Pikmin 4, it seemed like the design team has a habit of combining ideas from concept art. This seems to be the case with this one as well, because it's like a combination of the ghostly orange idea and like kind of like the wacky shape of the green bean Pikmin, as people like to call it, and like possibly some other stuff. But the reason I wanted to talk about this especially is because, as anyone watching my channel may or may not know, I am participating in a 100 Pikmin challenge. Design a Pikmin every day for 100 days before Pikmin 4's release. Today is day 71, I believe. One of the days I did was a glow Pikmin. like, I called it glow Pikmin, not glowing or anything. I literally called it exactly this, glow Pikmin. It looks nothing like it, but I find it weird that I actually, in a way, sort of predicted an idea. It's kind of like a honey wisp,
which only
actually,
appear at night.
because it can do that.
Find luminols that produce valuable glow sap. These mounds also attract various wildlife, so use glow Pikmin to drive them away and protect the luminol.
So we really do only have these Pikmin and Ochi during these segments, which, you know, is perfectly fine. You know, you make a type dedicated to nighttime, I guess. Give them a purpose. Ooh, their flowers are a little different. They're like star-shaped.
Protect the luminol.
Ha, stars. Oh, and they can attack in like an explosion. They can attack in spirit bomb form. They all like turn into an energy orb and explode. And the thing about the glow Pikmin is that there is still room for another type, because if they do a third type for Pikmin 4, like a third new type, not only would that round the types off to like an even 10, it would give the opportunity to fill out all the colors. The main three that were missing were cyan, green, and orange. Cyan and green are now fulfilled with ice and glow. There's still room for an orange one. And that is especially true because the glow Pikmin are restricted to nighttime. That still gives room for a second new type for the rest of the game, you know? Which isn't really that intrusive.
Many more surprises await on this uncharted planet. But
oh god, I'm not gonna be able to.
Pikmin and
I've been going on for long enough. Okay, here's where we go. So there's this. So, a scorpion kind of thing. It looks like it has the same feet as the cannon beetle. Yeah, so this has like, it kind of looks like the same kind of feet as the cannon beetle. So maybe it's like a similar thing. Dog, this is literally a frostmoth. This is like, there's a fuzzy moth creature and it just, oh man, it decimated that army. I really hope Pikmin can recover from that. Otherwise, that is, brutally difficult. You probably can recover Pikmin from being frozen, but like that's a brutal attack. See, this looks like it's at the bottom of the cave, so I'm willing to bet whatever this thing is probably an actual boss as opposed to the mini boss scorpion looking thing. I would also place bets that it's probably going to be related to the Foss bat.
Is too big.
Okay, build a bridge. Winged and white. Okay, winged and white. So it seems purple and whites are returning to story mode, which is really great.
Small. Pikmin 4.
Yeah. So I think I went over everything I saw. Okay, so Pikmin 4 is coming to Switch. Pikmin 3 Deluxe is a Switch port of 3. I think they also recently announced that ports of Pikmin 1 and 2 are on the Switch, so you can have the whole series on your Switch. And I might just have to do that. I might have to dedicate myself to getting the entire series on Switch. I genuinely think Pikmin 4 has the chance to become like the best game in the series so far. And or you know what, it could end up being complete trash. But either way, I'm still gonna get this and I'm gonna play it. I love Pikmin. I'm gonna love looking at this game. I think I went over everything that I wanted to, so I'm gonna wrap this up. And I'll see y'all another time. Bye, everyone.